Hello and welcome back. This is part 4 of my 100% Elden Ring walkthrough. I don't know why my camera angle is like that. That's weird. Last time in part 3, we finished up Weeping Peninsula and Castle Morn, and at the end here I just upgraded my weapon as much as I could, and also I put 1 level into Vigor, so that I now have just below 600 hit points. It's finally time to go and hit up Castle Stormveil, and this is going to be quite exhaustive. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. You'll have a better idea watching this video now of how long it took. It took me a very long time to take my notes for it, but that's because there's a lot of items to write down, so hopefully it won't take that long to actually play it. So let's get going. I'm gonna warp straight over to Stormveil Shack. And the castle's just up the road here. You just have to follow the path. I guess I'll stop and kill these guys. You can hear that teardrop scarab right as we're getting up there. There he is. I'm gonna run for it. I'm trying to coral him to the right so that he's not running me straight into enemies. There's a ballista up there, and they did notice me. So if you run straight up the road after that teardrop scarab, he will run you straight into that ballista. I'm just gonna sneak back here till that ballista stops firing at me. Everybody seems to have noticed me though, so... What normally you do here is you want to just sneak around the left side to be out of the ballista's line of sight, but you do have to be watch out for this guy right here. He's got a horn and he's gonna start to blow it. No, bad. That'll bring everybody on you, and that's just a big hassle. Oh, they all heard him anyway. Here we go. This is doable as long as you're not in the path of the ballista. You just don't want to be there, because then nobody won't be looking at it, and suddenly the giant flaming arrow will explode you. Oh, fuck off. I really like this one guy just shooting arrows at me, like, way short. Alright, now that we've killed everybody, go take care of the ballista. Stop hiding behind your shield, you big stupid jerk. Okay. That's all that. I run straight into this hallway here, and to the left is a little grace that you can rest at, that you'll want to do that. We're going to be fighting a boss here that kind of gatekeeps Stormveil Castle. And he has a reputation for being difficult, but that's generally because it's very easy to run straight up at him when you're like level 10. We're at a point now where he will not be difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the jellyfish ashes. Put What do I have? Blue Feathered Branch Sword. I think that's fine. I think he has a little bit of holy damage, but it's not going to be that big of a thing. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use the Green Turtle Talisman to restore my stamina faster. And there's also an NPC summon here. We're going to use Sorcerer Rogier. So to illustrate my point, here's a pile of bloodstains from people who have died immediately when they've gone in there. Alright. Let's go fight Margit.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Okay, so right away I'm gonna summon my jellyfish. I like the jellyfish for this because it's tanky enough that it doesn't die immediately to him. And it can usually sit there and just get him poisoned. Wow, it's taking damage fast though. Oops. And the tricky thing about him, about Margit, is that he will like hold his punches and make it hard to get his dodge timing, so it just takes some practice to get used to him. You can see him like hesitate up in the air there. It's very easy to roll too soon with him, so you want to just be careful of that. And here at the 50% mark, he'll start using this big holy hammer. He will switch targets on that too midway, so be careful. Let's see if I can save Sorcerer Rogier. Did not save Rogier. But Margit's dead. That fight is very, very different if you run straight here from the start of the game. But he does drop the talisman pouch, so we can now finally equip a second talisman. Yeah, buddy, shut up. He's so extra. He just keeps going to let you know, I'm not dead yet, I'll be back. Alright, and we did get a level up from that, so let's go ahead and throw it into strength. I'm about to the point where I can probably switch to quality on the sword, but we're gonna get a whetstone so that I can do that with whatever Ash of War I want soon. Alright, so here we are at Stormveil Castle. Before I go up into the castle proper, I'm gonna head over here to the right side. There's a little staircase, hard to see. Oh, and another grace too. I don't know why there's a grace. Oh, and then there's a grace. Don't worry, like 5 feet down the road, there's another grace. But first we're gonna head down here to the stairs. There's a furl calling finger remedy right on this corpse over here. And then you'll also notice, if you look carefully, turn on my lantern to make it easier to see, there's a little catwalk over here that you can drop down to. And this will take us over to a couple more fire greases. You can see there's a big old gap here with an item right over there on the other side of it. So we're going to get that in a second. Now we have to return back whence we came. Alright, we're gonna meet a new NPC in here.
You there? Come over here, would you? You're tarnished, aren't you? I would advise against taking the main gate into the castle. It's tightly guarded by hardened old hands. Oh, try the opening right here.
He means that one over there.
Guards don't know about it. You'll breach the castle undetected. Yes,
Very
that's
well.
the spirit. You're just the kind of tarnished that I like. I pray for your success.
So this guy's got you thinking, man, what a nice, helpful guy, right? He's helping me sneak into the castle. This motherfucker is going to steal 30% of your runes every time you die. So, while you're in Stormveil Castle, I mean, if you go to a different area, it doesn't apply. But, yeah. So if you don't want to deal with that, you can kill him right now. It's very easy to kill him. But if you leave him alive, he does eventually sell something that's a very rare material. So I'm going to go ahead and keep him alive. But what we do with what we're going to do with Stormveil Castle is I'm going to basically beeline right to the boss. Because once you defeat the boss of the castle, he doesn't do that anymore. And then I can go back and get the optional bosses that are a little trickier and I'm more likely to die to help preserve my runes. So it's kind of anticlimactic, but we'll actually be doing Godrick like in the middle of this part. That's Gatekeeper Gustok, by the way. He also has a shop. He's not quite open to us yet, but in a little bit I'm going to return because he does have something I want to get from him. You can also tell him, like, oh, no, I'm just going to do the main gate, but you don't want to go up the main gate because there's going to be, like, 6 ballistas pointing right at you. It doesn't go well. Oh, before you drop down to, at this point here, you can see the Stormhawk. You're on a wall. Go up the right side. Up. And there's a smithing stone, too, right up here. Forget where we're at with this, this sword. Okay, so we're at 5, so I need 6 smithing stones. We will easily get that in the castle here to get this upgraded. And then there's that other grace 5 feet away I was telling you about, but we'll go ahead and grab it just in case something happens. I don't expect to die here, but who knows? But we're actually going to go back around and get some items. Oh, how many cracked pots do I have? I should have bought more. Oh no, I have 9. Okay. That's plenty. These guys can be kind of a pain to fight. So if you can pick them off at range, that just works a lot better. This was that item across the gap I showed you earlier, and all it is some bolts, 10 bolts. But there's also 3 more Stormhawks up here, so watch out for that. They're kind of trying to make you think like, oh, I can just rush that one, but there's 2 more hiding in the tree up there. See what I mean about these guys? They're a fucking pain. Especially when you're using a shorter weapon, it just takes some time to get them. Alright, and then there's just the one left over there. Might be able to just throw a fire pot at him. It's... Alright, and there's the smithing stone 3, so it's all worth it. We want that. Do I have 2 of those already? No, just 1. And this cliff will drop you right back to that grace. I'm gonna go ahead and rest up and restore my pots. This is a legacy dungeon, remember, so we will not be restoring our flasks from killing enemies. Oh, that guy saw me way before I intended him to. There's the marred leather shield there. And just 3 of these exile soldiers. These guys in the red hoods. Called exile soldiers. I'll note too, you don't want to linger here because there's another exile soldier up there that will throw fire pots at you. I'm gonna kill these commoners here. I'm back behind the staircase. There is a larger exile soldier that wields an axe, but he is guarding a cool weapon. Ow. And that is the hook claws right over here. Those are a very fun little dex weapon. Okay, take note of these barrels. They will explode when fire pots are in front of them, just like that. You can just sprint up and roll through them real fast and you don't have to worry about that. Or you can just hesitate a second. You just don't want to walk at a leisurely pace because then you will get blowed up. Likewise, this is a trap in here. There's some hard to see barrels in there and a guy waiting to throw a fire pot at you. Oop. So instead what you can do is go right through this hole here. St. Trina's arrows. I'm gonna drop and kill this exile soldier. Then there's another one up here. And another one that will descend from the ladder. So just let him pass first so he doesn't step on your head. I think that's an upgrade to my armor. That's quite a bit more poise. Oh, no, that's less poise. I'm smart. Never mind. I'm going to stick with my mausoleum armor. Anyway, now you can use this catwalk to just get the drop on that guy up here. And then you can return to that hallway, and I believe it's 3 smoldering butterflies? Yep, 3 smoldering butterflies right there. Roll for the stairs. I think that's a rune down there. Hit it. Go fast. Then we have to return up the stairs. Oh yeah, I'm running right past this door over here too because it is locked. We need to get the key for it. Throwing daggers to the right. The key is up here in this room up top. But you'll notice that as we walk in, the door is locked behind us by this motherfucking gatekeeper Gastok. This doesn't happen if you kill him first, but this banished knight is very likely to kill you here. He's kind of rough. This is the first banished knight we've run across, and they're just kind of trickier guys. Just healing up because I'm really trying not to lose my runes to Gastok. There we go, we got him. Easy. So that key is over here on this corpse. And then over here in this corner is a chest that has the, I believe, curved sword talisman. Yeah, curved sword talisman. I'm gonna return here and drop right down and open that door now. So this is the path that we're gonna go eventually, but we're gonna double back here for some items real fast. So I'm gonna leap over there, kill this guy. There's another guy over here that wants to throw fire pots at you. Fire grease, and then you'll see there's an item over there. We're gonna get it, but we have to go a roundabout way to do it. Just jumping up to this platform here. Oh, and you'll also notice there's an item in here too. Don't worry about that for now. We'll get that in a little bit. Some more exile soldiers out here. And then we can grab that, which is the brick hammer right on that corpse there. We've got to backtrack up that ladder again. Gotta scroll down my notes. My notes are long because it's just so many items to pick up. I'm really curious to see how long it's gonna take to actually get through the castle here. Alright, so now we want to go down this this north way, but there is a guy. You'll see these messages already warning you. There's a guy here that if you just walk past normally, he will grab you and backstab you and do a ton of damage. So you want to just sprint or roll past him so that he can't get you. And then punish him for his errors. Another commoner up here. And a silver pickled foul foot on the corpse. Now we see some stairs leading up here to the castle proper, but first we're going to go around the bottom of this ledge. Get some mushrooms. I'm going to go up these stairs, but I'm going to sneak when I get to the top, because there's a banished knight in there that I don't want to fight. And I'm going to drop to the left here instead. And then we're picking up that one item that was in the wall that we couldn't reach earlier. Right there. Just take this path, ledge all the way to the path, and then you can drop and hit that hole and get these 3 Arteria leaves. Just go ahead and backtrack real fast. And I believe that should be all of the items along here, along the wall. So we're all done here. Up at the top, you just wait for the Spanish knight to turn around, and then you can just sneak right past him to get to the stairs. There's no need to fight him if you don't want to. And our next grace is right through this room here to the north. That is the Rampart Tower. We're going to be going through here quite a lot. It leads to quite a bit of the Stormveil Castle. But first, I'm going to go back to Godrick, because I believe he should sell to us now. He won't have any freaking apologies for us, though, about locking us in that room with the Banished Knight.
Safe. I've come into some fine goods. Only it turns out I can't use one of them. Perhaps you'd like to take them off my hands.
And you can still get him to open the main gate for you here too if you need to, but I just wouldn't bother. We will get to open that gate from the other side eventually once it's cleared.
Your success.
And I want the buckler from him because it has a unique ability called the buckler parry, which is a parry that's a little bit easier to use. Tower. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mark that so that I can quickly go to it. Again, that's the right R3 button, right? Press the right stick down on those and you can favorite them. Now, let's see, I have 4 fire arrows. That should be enough for now. I might want to craft some more for the future. Ahead of us, we have some Stormhawks. And they have explosive barrels stuck to their talons. So instead of trying to fight them, I'm just gonna very comically make them explode. It's a much more satisfying way to deal with them. Same thing here, I'm just gonna stand on this ledge right here. Snipe that guy like that. There's one more hiding over here behind this architecture. I'd never get tired of that. And then there is a last one too that's like way over the end of this path. But I want you to look over at this rampart and keep this in mind because we are going to be returning here later. I'm just not doing it yet. We want to preserve our runes. Try to get through this castle without dying. That one was hiding. Alright, I probably will need to get some more fire arrows at some point. But there was a smithing stone too there for us. So down the stairs now here, onto the roof. That rune. Proceed in here. But instead of dropping, I'm actually going to go over to this roof here. Wait, is there an item down there? No, it was a message. Okay, I'm going to proceed to this roof and then down to this little ledge here. Some kukris. And then there's also an open window we can go through and we can meet Sorcerer Rogier.
Ah, nice to meet you. The pleasure's mine. Rogier is the name.
Rogier is how it's pronounced, I guess.
As you might have guessed. I'm looking for a little something here in the castle. When I'm not hot-footing it from the troops, that is. But enough about me. What are you doing here in Stormveil Castle? This place is bristling with tarnished hunters, you know. They sacrifice our kind for grafting. Not exactly a place I'd stroll into without a purpose in mind.
Rogier is great, by the way. We love Rogier.
I see. Here to challenge Godrick and lay your hands upon a great rune, are you? You can see it then, I take it. The guidance of grace. Well, enjoy it while you can. I'm tarnished, like you. But unlike you, I've seen neither hide nor hair of this guidance for the longest time. Still, I won't forget how it felt when I first came here, to the lands between. I'm privy to a few magical battle arts. Would you care to learn one? As a fellow tarnished, once guided by grace, I'd love to help you out, if it please.
So he sells you some magical battle arts, Ashes of War, like so you can cast Glintstone Pebble from your weapon, Carrion Greatsword, etc. So if you're a magic build, or sorcery-based, intelligence-based, those are great. I'm not interested though, so goodbye to Rogier. There's a couple of commoners hiding over in this corner. They might leave you alone, but I can't never remember if they do, so I just murder them. That's just the kind of tarnished I am. And then down this path, you'll see there's a banished knight being trailed by an exile soldier. They patrol along this route. They stop there. And then what you want to do here, if you don't want to fight him and risk losing your runes to go stalk, is see this ladder that leads up to this roof. Just gonna wait for them to get clear. I'm gonna climb that ladder. And then I'm just gonna hang out at the top of the ladder and wait for them to come back around. And then when they come back around, we're gonna run down real fast and sneak behind them. It feels very cowardly, I know, but like I said, I want to preserve all my runes if I can and not have them be pilfered from Gatekeeper Gestalk. Okay, we should be good here. Whoop. Crouch. You can sprint while you're crouching too, by the way. And there we go. Got a golden rune too. Over here in this room, there is an exile soldier over here that we just want to take care of real fast. You notice there's a lot of stuff happening down here. There's another Grafted Scion. Remember that guy from the start of the game? We get to finally kill one of those guys now. Which that reminds me, I actually need to make a bunch of fire pots. But first we're gonna head over here. So here you'll see there's like a big meeting hall, conference room, whatever. It's also being patrolled by a banished knight. But there's a pile of sandbags to the right here that we're just gonna jump over the wall with. We'll deal with this one exile soldier. With this gold pickled foulfoot. And then you can sneak past that banished knight through the windows over here. You can see these windows just lead right in there. Note there's a chest in there. But instead we're actually going to head over to this ladder. It's hard to see ladder. Nothing up on that roof, but we're going to take it and we're going to drop down here to this platform with this exile soldier. This is a door that's locked from the other side. We're now opening. I'm gonna kill that guy and take care of him and continue back. There's an exile soldier as you enter here to the left. And then this chest has a pickled turtleneck. And then over here is a stone sword key. Real quick, I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not being trailed by the guy. I am. There was another exile soldier in there that likes to keep an eye on this hallway. So just make sure that he's not bugging you. When we return to this platform, this is a fantastic sniping spot to do a bunch of damage to this guy. Just be careful as you're like throwing fire pots or whatever that you don't accidentally step over the ledge because you do move slightly forward as you throw them. He will eventually try to hide from you, but he forgets what he's doing and comes back out. These guys are still kind of tough, so I just want to maximize the damage I do to him before I drop. Missed that one. Okay, and then I'm going to get my shield out and... Woo. There he goes. And he does not respawn. You want to kill him just because... This is kind of a hub area. There's a shortcut that leads back up to that other Grace. And you don't want to have to deal with that guy every single time. So now that he's dead... Highland Axe underneath the big portrait. Check out the portrait of the first Elden Lord Godfrey up there. A couple commoners. These guys just throw rocks at you. Very intimidating. If you don't take that ladder up around the roof, this is the path that just takes you straight into this room. Salted flesh under the stairs. So we're actually going to go back up these stairs just to grab that chest the Banished Knight was guarding. It's pretty easy to just sneak past him and grab it from this side. See, he's right there. I'm just going to hop in. Jump. Hopefully didn't hear that. Yeah, he's very oblivious. And then here is the Mimic's Veil, which is a tool in co-op that lets you pretend to be objects, so you can kind of play hide and seek with somebody. I don't think I've ever actually used it. I don't do co-op PvP in this game. But if you do, it seems like it would be a fun one. So... the shortcut is this elevator in here. So I'm just going to activate that because we're going to need that eventually. Gonna head into this northwestern room and get this somber smithing stone too. Scroll down at my notes real fast. We have a imp locked door, so we're gonna use the stone sword key to open it. And in here there's a few exile soldiers sitting on the ground, so be prepared to fight them. But we got a lot of goodies in here. We've got the iron wet blade, hot crest wooden shield, and the misericord. I don't know how to pronounce that. Oh, and there's another exile knight out here, but nothing else to pick up. I do love that push maneuver they do. And next we want to go over here to this southwestern room. We craft a fire pot first. Am I running low on butterflies again? Man. Oh, and on mushrooms too. That's gonna be rough. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's all good. I just want to use it to kill this dog real fast. So I can get this one dog alone. And then here we have the Chrysalids Memento. Memento left by the Chrysalids sacrificed for grafting. A brooch wrapped in red velvet. Traces of blood are visible. Faintly visible spirits try to convey something, but their voices cannot be heard. So who was talking about Chrysalids earlier? That's right, it was Roderika over at the Stormveil Shack. So I'm gonna go ahead and go visit her.
Pleasure to see you. Did you give the little chrysalids the message? That I love them, and that despite my craven heart, I'm sure I'll be joining their club soon enough. What's this? A keepsake? From my men? Oh, goodness me. I can't... believed in me. They all thought I'd make something of myself. Me, who can't do anything. I think I'll head to the round table hold. Perhaps I'll find my purpose there.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and follow her to the round table hold. She'll be over here by the fireplace.
Greetings. Nice to see you again. My name is Roderika. I should have told you sooner. Isn't this place impressive though? The round table hold. Covert quarters of the Two Fingers. And gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
And talk to her a second time, and she'll reward you with a golden seed for her thanks.
For giving me that keepsake from my men. It was as if I was frozen with self-pity. I failed them at every turn. You have my gratitude. Please, take this.
And now we're going to help Roderika find her purpose. We're going to go over and talk to Master Hugh, Smith guy.
Well, I took you no matter how you're on. The girly boy here, she's crestfallen and can scarcely swing a blade. But she has a gift for spirit tuning. I saw another one like her long ago. Their eyes share the same hue.
Okay, and then we're gonna go tell Roderika what he said.
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. You're telling me I possess some kind of gift? I don't believe you. But if I do have this talent, and goodness knows it would be my first, I suppose I should try to hone it, shouldn't I? I'll ask Master Hugh to teach me. Certainly he does appear intimidating and holds no love for us tarnished. But I know he's trapped here at the Round Table Hold, so I can tell. He's a gentle soul underneath it all.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ask him about that. A lot of back and forth here in this little quest line.
Back already. No matter. The girl. What about her? Are you out of your mind? Who'd stay with an ugly brute who only knows how to smith? Absurd. Besides, she'd never agree to it.
It's what
I
she
refuse
wants.
to believe it. I don't doubt you, but I know when something's too good to be true.
Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and rest at the table here, just to reset the area. And ta-da! We have Roderika the Spirit Tuner.
Good to see you again. Thank you very much. I have you to thank, don't I? For persuading Master Hugh. I can happily announce that he has taught me the noble toil of spirit tuning. I'm as yet unsure of what I might be able to accomplish, but if I might be able to help you all, I'd certainly like to try. And if there's any chance to ease the suffering of my dear men who were grafted, well, I certainly must try. Roderika, the Spirit Tune Apprentice. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
So now we can finally use all of those glove words that we've been finding. So I'm gonna go ahead and level up the Spirit Jellyfish and also my Godrick soldiers. And Hugh will have a little bit more dialogue for you.
You've no matter how you're on.
Dude, I talked to you 2 seconds ago.
With the girl. She has a gift for spirit tuning, so I told her everything I know. I'm indebted to a spirit tuner I met long ago. It was all I could do to honor her. I'm sorry I doubted you.
And that's it? Oh, can I upgrade this yet? No, I need 3 more stones. Okay, just checking. Alright, so we're gonna return now to the Rampart Tower Grace. And that shortcut that we sent up that little elevator is over here. Double back out of the room, go straight ahead and turn to the left. And I'm gonna go ahead back in that dog room with the corpse pile real fast. You can see there's an item there again. Oh! Why did I do that? Let me just rotate my camera and miss my fire pot. Anyway, this item now is the Crimson Hood, the one that Roderika was wearing. You can wear it now. You too can be Roderika. So now it's time to leave the banquet hall and go to the courtyard. Enter through this northeastern room up here. You can see there's a catwalk with a guy up there. You can get up there by just taking these stairs over here on the west side. Gonna kill him. And then over here on the other side of the catwalk, there are some arrows. Cool. Okay, so take a glance at this courtyard and you'll see there's a whole bunch of dudes with flamethrowers. They mostly aren't paying you attention though, so you can just kind of sneak over here to the left real fast. A couple guys will notice you and start shooting at you, but don't worry too much about it. Also, take note of there's a staircase down here. It leads to some room with some rats. We're going to be going there much later. I'm just going to go ahead and clear these guys. They're not too dangerous as long as you're fighting them from the side that doesn't have the flamethrowers. Ow. That's a very rude kick. Oh. Feel free to go through your pots here too, because we're almost at another grace. I'm not sure who's still firing at us. Oh, that guy was. There's a pike in the middle of the courtyard there. Courtyard on a corpse. Golden runes. I think there's some more mushrooms on one of these guys. Magic grease. I want my mushrooms. No, I guess that wasn't on my notes even anyway. It was just a optimistic memory. If we come up here into these little watchtower areas, over here we have the wooden great shield. Over on the other side there is one more exile soldier just hanging out in the corner. But also some fire arrows, 12 of them. Up here there is a larger dog and what's called an Omen. This is the first one we encounter in the game. And then also you'll notice there's something glowing in that statue there. We're gonna not worry about any of this right now. Just sneak if you can. Don't get noticed. Ah, there's the mushrooms I wanted. Okay, good. 8 mushrooms. Sneaking, sneaking, sneaking. We will come back and deal with them later after we kill Godrick. Then straight ahead we have another smithing stone 2. Oh wait, no. Smithing stone 1 times 2. And in here we have another grace. I'm gonna go ahead and rest it here so I can restore my flasks. We're just gonna head east up here, up these stairs. There's a couple of Stormhawks along the way, and these ones are a little different. They shoot fire at you as well. I think they might have a little more hit points too. So just be wary of those guys. They can do a lot of damage to you. Oh, you dropped a talent. That's nice. Those are good. Okay, and then double back to these stairs behind. You'll find a resting exile soldier. I don't know why those guys are always sleeping on the job. And then another smithing stone too. Are we at 6 yet? We're at 4. Then you want to hop down to this room to the right to meet another NPC.
You were a fine warrior. Your only mistake was your choice of master. Let the winds lift you to a higher place. Well, who do we have here? Tarnished, are you? Clearly not one of Godrick's lot. I am Nepheli Lu. Tarnished and warrior, like you. I'm here by decree of my father. How utterly repellent this is. This grafting of Godrick's ill befits a lord. He's tainted the very winds. If you intend to challenge Godrick, I ask you call upon me. The winds run foul with his deeds. I'm certain father would permit me aid the fight. Apologies, but I've idled long enough. As fellow Tarnished, we must each follow our own guidance. Down whatever road takes us to the throne of Elden Lord.
And now that we've met her, we can summon her for Godrick. So there's 4 smithing stone ones in the corner of this room. And then we're going to continue over here. You can see there's a little golden sapling that's got a golden seed under it. And now we should be able to upgrade our flask again when we get to the next room. Grace, which is right ahead here. When you're facing the stairs here to the right, there is also another little alley that has smithing stone 2x1. We are 1 short. Where's another one? I'm not gonna get it before the boss, I think. So here we have a troll and 2 exile soldiers. I'm gonna lure the exile soldiers away just by shooting them with an arrow first. 1 by 1. And then I'm gonna ignore the troll. They really don't try very hard. I'm just gonna run straight past the troll. Don't worry, we'll fight him later. There's something we need him for. But we're not taking the chances before we take the boss down. So there's another Grace in here. Gonna go ahead and rest at it and level up real fast. Another flask. What should we level up? We can do endurance. We'll do a little more damage. Okay, and see, I still have the jellyfish ashes equipped, which is good because I want that for this boss too. I'm going to take off the Assassin's Crimson Dagger and replace it with the Flame Drake Talisman. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave the Green Turtle Talisman on. And then you can see Nepheli Lu's summon sign is right here in front of the door.
mighty dragon. Thou art a true-born heir. Lend me thy strength, O kindred. Deliver me unto greater heights. Well. Lonely tarnished. Plain as a lord. I command thee, kneel! I am the lord of all that is golden.
I don't actually have too much advice for this guy, except you just have to kind of learn his moves. If in doubt, roll, roll, roll. He does like to stir up the winds, and he also has a move where he'll stomp his foot on the ground and do progressively bigger like earthquakes. And like Margit, there's a phase change at 50% that you'll see, which we actually get a cutscene for. So he was gonna do the earthquake and Nefeli stopped him.
Truest of dragons. Lend me thy strength.
Okay, at this point, run straight towards him. Sprint, sprint, if Ellie's in the way. And that way you can stay clear of that fire. It does a ton of damage if you let him hit you. His wind's attack will also now be partly flame. I don't know if whoa. There he goes. That is our first shardbearer.
We'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
And he'll drop his great rune and also his remembrance of the Grafted. All of the shardbearers and like big enemies in the game will do this, and you can use them to get equipment, which I'll show you in a bit here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this grace. And after resting at this grace, you'll see that a stock has appeared in the courtyard here. So now your runes are now safe. You can die without them being skimmed. We can also level up. A little more hit point, get a little more endurance.
What a pathetic excuse for a lord you were. Craven to the bone. pushing me about like that? And after all that grafting, where did that get you? Look down on me, would ya? Godrick, you filthy slug. Feel it. Feel it. Feel my bloody wrath.
He's having a normal one.
Hello there.
Oh, I didn't notice you. I was busy stepping on this guy's head.
Godrick was always looking down on me. He got what he bloody deserved thanks to you. I tell you though, what goes around comes around. He had an ugly heart, an uglier countenance, and met the ugliest of ends, eh?
And you can still buy things from him here too.
Now, I suppose I'm free. I can do whatever takes my fancy. Can I, mate?
Why does he say that so ominously? I don't like it. Alright, so real quick, we're gonna run back to Table of Lost Grace. There will be a lot of dialogue now because, hey, we just killed a shardbearer! Yay! Big celebrations! So first thing you'll notice is that this door that was closed before is actually open to you now, and you can see the 2 fingers and meet Enya.
Are you that new tarnished? You've done well. I am Enya, the Finger Reader. I interpret the words of the fingers, envoys to the greater will. Look there. The fingers tremble to welcome you, shardbearer. Let their wisdom wash over you.
Great Elden Ring, root of the Golden Order, anchor of all lands, giver of grace, wellspring of all joy. Until it was shattered, the tragic corruption of the Order has taken its toll. Across the realm, life lies in ruin, fallen to pieces. Foul curses and misery spread, unabating. But the greater will has not abandoned the realm, nor the life that inhabits it. So it is that the tarnished are guided by grace, called to act. Brave tarnished, your great rune is a handsome shard of the Elden Ring. Seek another of its kind, to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order.
Let the words of the fingers guide you.
So basically they're just saying I need to get another shard of the Elden Ring before they'll actually let me be considered for Elden Lord.
Well, I see. A remembrance of gold has found its way into your possession. Demigods and even the creator of the champions are hewn by the Earth Tree upon their end into remembrances. They are valuable indeed. These remembrances yet house the power of their former masters. And should you wish to wield that same power, well, I will lend you the strength of the fingers. Do not recoil from my offer. The fingers guide us all. And you, tarnished, you are here to take, are you not?
So like I said, these remembrances you can use to get items from the boss. So like we could get Godrick's axe or the Grafted dragon that shoots flames. Sometimes they cost no runes, sometimes there's an additional runes cost. But you do trade in the remembrance. Now if you remember that mausoleum, that walking mausoleum that we dealt with in the last chapter, you can use those to duplicate remembrances. so that like I could get both the axe and the grafted dragon if I desired, but I don't think there's enough mausoleums to duplicate every remembrance you get in the game. So you do want to be a little choosy.
Wounds are the stuff of demigods, the children of the goddess, Queen Marika. She who is vessel of the Elden Ring. Tainted by the strength of their runes, her children warred, but none could become Elden Lord. And so grace was extended to your kind, the tarnished. Listen, the fingers speak.
The greater will has long renounced the demigods. Tarnished, show no mercy. Have their heads. Take all they have left.
Indeed. But remember one thing. The demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. Godrick the Grafted was but a distant relation, the runt of the litter. His divine blood sorely diluted.
So she's just warning you there. Don't expect the other bosses to be that easy.
The words of the fingers guide you.
Alright, that was Enia's Lore Dump. I hope you enjoyed it. So we also have to talk here. These guys don't have anything new to say, but we can go talk to Gideon.
You've received the wisdom of the two fingers, have you not? Then I bid you welcome, as a true member of the Round Table. I am known as Gideon Ofnir, as a tarnished who wishes to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. I am accumulating knowledge, to be all-knowing. You now belong to a select group of fellows. As such, I ask that you remain constant. You'll be after more great runes now, eh? Then as your fellow, allow me to divulge a little knowledge. The inheritors of the great runes, the shardbearers. We of the Round Table know the location of 5 of them, including the one you defeated. Godrick the Grafted, Lord of Stormveil. General Radahn, who fought Melania and her rot to a standstill in the Caelid Wilds. Praetor Rykard, Lord of the Volcano Manor of Mount Gelmir. Morgott, the Grace-Given, Veiled Monarch and Lord of Lame Dell. And Renala, Queen of the Full Moon, ruler of Rhea Lucaria's Academy. You'll still be after more great runes, won't you?
And he will give you a little brief description of like where the person is, but I'm not going to skip all that right now because it's lengthy. We got other things to do today. Oh, I missed Nefeli. Oops. Boop, 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 boop. You'll find Nefeli Lu has moved right here.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the Round Table. Nefeli Lu. We met at Stormveil. I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godrick's grafting grounds. You defeated him. You should have it. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make a habit of scavenging corpses.
And that Arsenal Charm will increase your equip load. Or rather, like your... how much equipment you can have. That makes sense.
I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, I advise you introduce yourself. Father is leader of the Round Table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while.
She's talking about Sir Gideon Ofnir.
It's about time I headed off. I'll see you again, warrior, should the fates deign it.
Bye, Nefeli. We will be seeing Nefeli again later. Okay, and then next, if you go out here on the balcony, you'll find Rogier is here.
Ah, we meet again after all. I apologize for any offense given by my bearing, but I'm quite unable to move, you see. So, what do you need? Ah, You defeated Godrick and claimed yourself a great rune. Looks like we both got what we wanted out of Stormveil, didn't we? Well done, friend. Something to mark the occasion. Go on, take it.
I'll give you his sword.
As you might have guessed, I still can't move. My fighting days are behind me. No need to be polite. I've no use for it anymore. Ah, so you've met Dee. Dee is an old friend. We found ourselves journeying together for a time, bound by our exploration of death. But our paths have since diverged, never again to cross. Though that's hardly an uncommon fate for two friends. Dee was telling me that he discovered the mark of the centipede. The centipede is an ancient symbol of the curse mark. As long as whoever finds and uses it is not nefarious by nature, then we may be able to form an alliance. If only I could speak to them in person. And if they were like you, all the better.
Alright, now it's time to return back to Stormveil Castle and pick up all the items that we could not get before. So I'm gonna go back to the Rampart Tower to start, and we're gonna search the rooftops. Gonna make sure I have arrows. I've got fletched bone arrows. That'll be good. Okay. So rather than going out there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back inside. You can see there's stairs that go up. There's also an item over here on the other side, so let's grab that real fast. Drawstring fire grease. Drawstring grease, it works similar to regular grease. It just applies a lot faster and also ends its duration a lot faster. I think it's meant to be for like PvP, but I just stick with regular grease for PvE. I don't even know if grease is useful in PvP, honestly. You can hop across the lift there. Get some throwing daggers over here. Did that guy not die? There he goes. And then I'm gonna go around this hallway out the back door of it. Oh yeah, I can put this back on. So I'm gonna head outside here, sneaking, because I don't want to alert these guys of my presence quite yet. Oh, that guy's over to there. You can see there's a guy up here on this ledge. He has a horn that'll get everybody else's attention if he sees you. So we're simply going to sneak, sneak, sneak behind him. And that way we can just run up and murder everybody. And then you'll notice there's some more sandbags, and thank you, that Spectre, for demonstrating what we're gonna do is just jump on this ledge here, follow this gutter around, and then I'm gonna jump to this building right across the way here, head inside and drop down, and there is a stone sword key in here. And then there's one of those fire-spitting storm hawks right below us, so we're gonna kill that. Oops, I missed it. Fuck. I really hate these guys. There we go. This corpse over here has an emote, the Dozing Cross-Legged emote. And then we want to head down the roof here. You can see this broken over parapet or whatever. We can climb that up. Head around the gutter here. And there's a whole rooftop here with a bunch of exile soldiers. I'm gonna quickly run up and just take care of them. One more over here sleeping on the floor. And then we can take this big old ladder up. Oh, what did he drop? I want all of those smoldering butterflies. I want them all. Alright, and up here we have the Claw Talisman, which is a great little talisman that increases the damage of your jump attacks. Which can be very, very useful depending on your build. We're going to drop back down to the gutter here. And onto this roof, and you'll notice there's probably notes that say, oh, no item ahead. Ignore those. We're going this way anyway. Gonna carefully stick to that roof so I don't fall. You can see down there is a banished knight and an exile soldier. I get over as far as I can behind them so that I can sneak up and kill the exile soldier real easily. That's that taken care of. And then I'm going to go ahead and cross the bridge over here. There's a couple of exile soldiers to take care of real fast. One directly to your right that you can't see. And the one straight ahead. Someone kick me. I hate it when they kick me. And then up here on this corpse you will find the Nomadic Warrior Cookbook 10. We're going to continue along this way to the east. You'll notice there's a ladder right there. We're going to ignore that. Down this way. There's a couple of exile soldiers here to kill. Okay. Now, across this bridge, there are two banished knights. We have no reason to fight these guys, and you can just ignore them. Because instead what we're going to do here is pull out of our bow. And I'm going to equip the arrow's reach talisman, just to give myself some more sniping ability. And you see this guy here with the ballista? We are just going to snipe him. Believe me, he has it coming. I'm going to hit the bridge as I try to snipe him. You can do extra damage if you hit him right in the head. There you go. I'm gonna go ahead and snipe this guy here while I'm here. He will try to throw things back at you, so. Now let's see if I can work my way up here to this. Alright, I can't get on top of that roof, so instead I'm just gonna hop down here. Watch out for that ballista. I think there's a guy over here that'll throw fire pots at you too, if he sees you, which he might have already left. Or dropped down. That's okay, because we can jump over where this first ballista guy was that we sniped, and get the arbalest. And that's the end of our little journey here. Now it is time to go kill the fucking Crucible Knight. This is probably where I will finally die in this castle. We're gonna go back to the Rampart Tower. And I am going to equip the buckler instead of my heater cross shield here. Yeah, I have fire arrows again, good. Because we're gonna head back out here and we're gonna blow up those Stormhawks again. never get tired of that. This is what justice looks like. Okay, what should we equip here? I'm gonna go ahead and put the Assassin's Crimson Dagger back on. I'm just gonna hop right over this ledge. You can just drop right down here to the bottom. I'm gonna go around here to the north side. And you can see there's a little gutter here that you can follow. Marred wooden shield is there. You need to drop down. Careful not to fall off the ledge. You get to that one and find that it just drops you forever. And don't worry, you're not gonna die. But there's a teardrop scarab down here. We want to get him real fast before he gets away. He drops Storm Assault Ashavor. And you can see marching across now is a big scary looking knight. You want to just let him pass for now. We're going to come back and fight him in a second, but there's a shortcut we want to open up first to make it easier to come back when he kills us, which he inevitably will do. This guy is what's known as a Crucible Knight, and there's I think maybe like 16 or 17 of them in the game, and they're all assholes. It will take some time to learn to fight them, so don't be too discouraged, because they're meant to be very, very hard. They've got damage resistance to everything, they're immune to status effects, they just fucking suck. But we're gonna sneak past him right now, because behind him is a lift that'll be a nice shortcut. And this is the lift that is up near the Rampart Tower that we just, we're just at. So now that I've sent the ladder back up, I'm gonna sneak back over here. I believe there is a Venus Lily. Alright, and I'm gonna get my buckler out, and, I'm not gonna talk during this because I just want to focus my full concentration on him. But my advice for these guys, especially the ones that have the shield, because there's ones later that will fight with that have great spears and it's a little different. But the sword guys are much easier if you learn to parry them. So it just takes some time and practice. Basically, you want to parry them as the attack is coming right at you. You can't backstab them. They do a ground stomp. He's about to kill me. I lived, bitch. There we go. This comboed with the Assassin's Crimson Dagger is really good too. Watch out too, because he'll do this shield move on you and you can't parry that. They have a phase change at 50% that he hasn't done yet, which is confusing. But when they do, they'll do a little bit of holy damage surrounding them, so just back off them. There it goes. And then he'll do this big move where he flies. You want to just roll through that. He'll hit you with his tail. He has a single swipe and a double swipe on that one, and I always will fucking fall for it every time. I got him on the first try. I never do that. He'll drop the Aspects of the Crucible Horns incantation for you. And then over here is just a Somber Smithing Stone too. So that is the Crucible Knight. We'll be finding another one of those out in the Everjails too. That one Everjail we passed by in Stormhill has one. can go ahead and switch back to my Beast Crest Heater Shield. Then we'll have to pull the lever to get our ladder back, our elevator back. Oh, actually, we don't even want to be here anyway. Because next we're going to be going under the castle, so you want to go to the secluded cell lift, which was the one right by in front of the Godrick boss room. Alright, so straight ahead, you'll see there is a Teardrop Scarab. So we're going to run and get him. Should have turned my lantern on, but now I can't stop. Can't stop. He drops the Ash of War Stormcaller. I'm gonna back off just so I can turn my lantern on real fast. There's a bunch of living jars down here. One big one and a lot of little ones. Just be cautious because they can surprise you like that. The big one is definitely the biggest threat. But the little ones will still surround you and just do a lot of damage. Don't worry, it's not Alexander. Alexander would never fall so easily. And then there are 2 more cracked pots over here too for crafting more items. Sorry, I just scrolled down on my notes. So instead of going back down the ramp, we're gonna go over here on the left-hand side. Get some more kukris. And then jump over to this gutter. And you can take it over to here to the sledge. Now down there, there's a Stormhawk, and there's also a Banished Knight. It's hard to tell he's a Banished Knight. You might think he's another Stormhawk or a corpse, but he's a living Banished Knight. And all that's down there is 3 lumps of flesh on a corpse. So you can go ahead and get them if you want. I'm going to go ahead and skip it. If you do go down there, though, you can just jump back up from the side here. Instead, I'm going to go straight through this southwestern door. And this will take you into a room that has... Never mind, this takes you back here to this catwalk. And jump over here. And there's 3 smithing stone 2s. I do have enough to upgrade my sword now. Next time we're over at the round table hold, I can do that. Venus Lily. I always pick those up, and I think I never use sleep items ever. Smithing stone 1, and I think this is just a golden rune 2. Moving along. So this takes you to a room with a bunch of commoners. So I'm gonna go right away to the right, kill these guys, because otherwise they'll stand up here and throw rocks at you. I'm gonna drop down and kill all these guys. You might think I'm being a jerk, but as soon as I head down the stairs, they're all gonna jump up and attack me. So I'd rather take it out of the way. And underneath the stairs here is the Manor Tower shield. So you see this big glowing message here. These ones are, this indicates it's not from a player. This is an NPC message. Surely what you seek is somewhere close by, and you can see Rogier's form. So thank you for the message, Rogier. Giving you a little hint. There's a smithing stone 3, by the way. So follow this sledge along here. We're just going to drop all the way down. There's like a golden rune 5 up here, but you notice the bloodstains? You don't want to overshoot this jump. It's a little tricky. Can't just unfortunately pick it up from the floor. That would be too easy. And then over here, we've got some rainbow stones. You can see the path continues down to the right, but we actually want to go over to the left. This opens up a shortcut to the lift side chamber grace. So in case we die, there's a faster shortcut over here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use that grace. I can level up real fast, and also I can level up my sword.
Those eyes tell a story of a challenger who's felled her mark.
I forgot Hugh had other dialogue for you after you kill Godrick.
Now lay out your own.
Or whoever your first shardbearer is, he'll say that. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade my Shamshir. I can upgrade it again to +7. I really should just go buy a longbow because I really want to use the bow a lot, and I want to upgrade a bow, but I don't want to do the short bow because the short bow kind of sucks. I should do that one of these days. And what skill do I even want to put on here? I guess I'll stick with Storm Stomp. I just want to check to see I can get more damage out of the quality now that I've got more stats. So 151 plus 39 is what, 190? Yeah, 190. 125 plus 57 is definitely going to be less than that. So pass on that for now. As our stats get up though, and as our weapon scaling gets better, the quality will be a better option than standard. But for now, we'll just leave it. Alright, I still have fire grease equipped too. Back out the store here. Every time you fast travel, it turns your lantern off, which is annoying. So I'm going to drop down here. There's a little roof. Drop over here. There's a bat hiding in here, guarding this item. Just an arterial leaf one. Then head down here. You'll see there's a couple more bats. And then this buttress here, this broken one, you want to follow that down. Don't forget to jump. And there are more smithing stone 2s down there. I have fire pots. Need a couple fire pots. Actually, no, I don't. I don't need them. I don't need no stinking fire pots. But beware of the rats here. There's a couple of small ones and then a bigger one hiding in the back. There's the big one. Ow. I think these are poison blooms. Yeah, some poison blooms. You can hear that teardrop scarab. We're gonna run right after it. It has a spell, Rancor Call. And then you can see right down here, this area that has a bunch of corpses with items. there is a sort of boss. It doesn't have a big boss meter, but it is, for all intents and purposes, an optional boss of the castle. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip the Haligdrake Talisman because it does a lot of holy damage. And you can't summon Spirit Ashes for this guy, so don't worry about that. But I'm gonna get down here and I'm gonna use my my fire grease on him because this is an ulcerated tree spirit and he is made of wood. These guys can be difficult. I know a lot of people have trouble with them. The trick really is just never stop rolling. Like, you have a really generous roll to miss their abilities, and then you want to just keep an eye on them because they'll do things like try to grab you. Oh, I'm fucked here. That was this big area of effect attack. If you can get away from that, you can just run away from him and it won't hurt you. Here's where he will shoot holy at me. If they move away from you and then like scream into the air, watch out because they're going to be trying to do a grab attack on you. There's the AoE effect. I didn't get far enough away from it. I was gonna say, as with all the other bosses, you want to make sure you can be safe when you're healing, and then I just fucked up a roll. It's funny that I got the Crucible Knight in one try, and I died to this guy because I almost never die to these guys. You can stance break them, and then you can crit their face. And he's almost assuredly going to do the AoE attack after that, so I'm just going to run away from him. He does that at 50% pretty reliably. How did that hit me? I can kill him before he does it. Yeah. Easy. Okay. And he drops a golden seed. All of those guys, the ulcerated tree spirits, when you see them, they will drop golden seeds. And down here we have our last stone sword key of the castle. Some smoldering butterflies. And some throwing daggers. And then we can finally proceed in this room beyond to see a really fucked up corpse. Over here we have the Prince of Death's Pustule, which is a really good talisman you want to grab. And then there's this Bloodstain, which is not a player Bloodstain. This is actually always here. This is what's showing what's happened to Rogier. Why he can't walk no more. That's a death blight, death animation. And if you attack that corpse for a while, the same thing will happen to you, so don't do it. Then up here you can climb this extremely tall ladder. I don't actually know why I'm climbing this. I don't need to be up here. I just want to show you, it drops you right up in this room by the banquet hall. So right now I'm actually going to go back over to the lift side chamber, and we're going to finally deal with that Omen and the dog. See if I can get an angle where I can just throw fire pots at that dog so I can just fight the Omen alone. Omens are tough. Like, you gotta give this guy enough respect. Oh, I missed him. There we go. Okay. And then over here in this room behind the glowing statue, turn my lantern off. We have another painting. This time the prophecy painting. Take a nice look at that. Think like, what is in that painting? I see, I see. And I'm gonna wander back through the Stormhawk path to where that troll was. I hate these guys. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did earlier too, and just use my bow to lure the soldiers away from him so I can get him by himself. Oh, it's got glowing eyes. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but if you see an enemy that's got glowing sparkly eyes like this, it means they drop 5 times the runes that they normally would. I think that happens because people die to them a lot or something. I'm not sure why. It's usually worth it to go after the guys with glowing eyes. Alright, now let's get that troll's attention, and what we want is for him to chase us back to that statue, because it's his strength that we need to break it. You kind of got to keep an eye on him, because he will just back off if you get too far in front of him. You'll never get me over here. Ow! Oh, God, I forgot they did that. I didn't forget, actually. I was about to say something about it, but it's like, oh, I guess he's not going to do it. Real quick, I'm going to pick up the smithing stones that are in there. The statues usually have smithing stones, and they usually like have some kind of puzzle to get them to open like this. What a jerk. All I can see is troll crotch. And that's that. Alright, let's go back to the Rampart Tower real fast. What I'm actually, the next area I'm gonna go is like right down in that corner here, but I want to make sure I'm rested and full of flasks because we have another optional boss fight ahead of us. Stormveil Castle, very large. Let's see, where did I leave my elevator at? I swear to God, I thought that suit of armor was an enemy behind me real fast. I was like, ah, who's that? That on my notes too because I got kind of ahead. We're nearly done. There's just one more big stop we have to make before we're done with Stormveil Castle. So I'm gonna sneak so there's few of these guys as possible notice me. Here's where I really need some fire pots, but I can't because I forgot to craft them ahead of time. Oh well. Like I said, there's a bunch of rats down in this room. They're also great for fire potting because they just like staying out in a pile. Got a fireproof dried liver there. There's a little imp door that we're gonna use a stone sword key to open. And here we have the Godslayer seal and the Godskin prayer book, which you can give to Brother Corhin to learn a couple of new spells. But it also opens up the back way of this, which is remember how I mentioned there's a bunch of ballistas facing the front gate? This is where you can drop down and kill them all. So we can go to that front courtyard area without having to deal with these ballistas. I'm gonna go platform by platform and get all these guys deaded. Another smithing stone too. I want to switch back to my Godrick soldiers here. You can summon in this courtyard, but I'm going to wait until I'm a little closer to actually fighting the boss guy. That should be all the ballistas taken care of. Some more smithing stones on that corpse. And then this courtyard is just filled with exile soldiers. Leave me alone. Oh my god, did I die there? That's embarrassing. I'm not gonna take the chances. I'm just gonna summon my good friends now. They don't live long enough to fight the lion, I don't care. I can take the lion by myself. I'm very strong. Don't kick my friend. I want to be careful not to wander too far past those barricades, because that's where the boss is at. If I can get behind him and do a stabby stab. Wouldn't let me. Wow. Alright, my soldiers are mostly intact. Now we're going to fight the Sentry Lion. You'll see these guys a lot throughout the game. I don't even know what they're technically called because they're never actually an official boss fight. With a health bar and all that. But you find them in castles and forts throughout the land. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my sword here. They do a lot of damage and they move very quickly, so you do have to be respectful of them. Alright, now he's taken care of. He'll drop a Somber Smithing Stone once, some Beast Blood, and an Old Fang. And my summons are gone now because they're no longer needed. They've gone back to their home planet. This looks like a trap, but it's not. They're just some suits of armor. And in here we have another Grace, and we're on our way to the Divine Tower of Liurnia. I mean Limgrave, not Liurnia. Where are we? Oh yeah, I should rest up real fast. And right in front of this gate leading to the bridge, there is Boltdrake Talisman. And just to give you an idea of where we are, this is where we are. We're heading along this bridge over here to this place. Unfortunately, we cannot horse this. And there are 3 golems that are going to wake up. But we are not afraid of golems. At the very end of the bridge, there's an archer too, and that archer will help you by attacking the other golems and knocking them down a lot. Like, all I have to do is hang out by this guy's feet, and you're gonna see here. His feet are gonna get arrowed. He's still alive? Oh, he's still alive. And remember what I said within the last part too, as these guys draw and reach, you just want to roll right as they let go. Whoops. Right as they let go, not a second after. Oh, he dropped his great bow for me! Yay! 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 Can I equip that yet? So, you need 24 strength, and also I need more endurance. So this warp gate will take you to the tower itself. So obviously, because the bridge is broken, you need that. But before you go, we're gonna drop down here on this broken part. There's a couple of pickups. Have over here some soft cotton. And over here there is the Ash of War scarab, which is a hat. The scarab hats, we picked up another one earlier with a painting too. They'll give you some damage advantage. But they have negative resistances, so you'll take more damage while you're wearing them. And then we are at the Divine Tower. I'm going to turn around real fast, and there's like one pickup back here that you just have to fight a couple of ungrafted Stormhawks to get, which is very easy because you just go, ooh, they're dead. Kind of feel bad for them, honestly. Feel bad for all the Stormhawks, especially the ones that have had swords grafted to their feet. They didn't ask for that. And that's it. The silver pickled foul foot. And a golden rune too. That's all. So the Divine Towers, I didn't look at that rune when we got it from Godrick earlier. Show you. But, yeah, it says here it's devoid of any benediction. And it tells you to seek the Divine Tower of Limgrave. Basically, they're not activated when you get them. So you have to go activate them from the Divine Towers. And then you can actually use them. The exception to this is Renala's rune, which isn't something that you can really use anyway. It's something that will let you respec your character. But that'll be later. And there's some dogs. Hello, dogs. We're almost done recording, dogs. Just keep it quiet. Keep it together. There we are. There's 2 fingers, and they are guarding the essence of the runes. So you just go ahead and store that power. And now that we have a great rune, we can equip it at a grace, and you can use rune arcs to use it. And they all have their own abilities. Like this one raises all attributes. There are some that just raise your hit points. There's some that raise your hit points, or there's one that raises your hit points, stamina, and FP. I really like that one. But we'll get those all later. Thank you guys again for watching. This is part 4 of my 100% Elden Ring walkthrough. Next time we're gonna finish up freaking Limgrave. We're still not done with Limgrave. I know. But we will be actually done, and then we should be able to step foot in Leonia and hopefully at least get our feet wet there. Heh, that joke will make sense in part 5, so stay tuned.